There's a film, all right, on YouTube, a fan film for Lord of the Rings called The Hunt for Gollum. Warner allows fan-made Lord of the Rings movie to stay on YouTube. There's a 2009 fan-made film titled The Hunt for Gollum that you can watch below. The film, directed by Chris Bouchard, is rather ambitious. The Hunt for Gollum spans 39 minutes and received plenty of praise from fans upon its release. Following Warner Brothers' announcement, the film was taken offline for many hours, and YouTube put up a notice saying Warner Brothers has filed a copyright claim against the fan movie and blocked it. Lord of the Rings fans reacted quite negatively to the takedown online, and early Friday, the film was restored to YouTube. So basically, this just happened recently. When was this article written? 6 months ago, so not even a year ago. This is kind of a big deal. So, like, I don't know if Warner Brothers did this. This is kind of like a bully tactic. It's very, obviously, I don't think like Andy Serkis is not coming after people on YouTube, but you have, studios like Warner Brothers coming in and like scrubbing YouTube for anything that's like related to the film they're about to make. Absolutely not. And I know they own the intellectual property to make movies from the books, but there are laws and fair use and fan film agreements made that it's like, as long as they're not earning, money from these projects, you can't just rip it, and you can't just bully tactic your way through silencing a indie filmmaker. And so I'm really glad to hear that this was apparently, a mistake. So the studio sources say the takedown request was done in error. I don't think so. I know a little bit about YouTube copyrights, and I'm pretty sure they probably thought, this is a fan film. Like, it's not going to matter. It's older. It's back from 2009. We want to make sure that whatever plot points we use in our story, it's not like ruined or in some way spoiled by this fan film. Because the story that they're going to tell is laid out in this short film. It's The Hunt for Gollum. It's like the same working title, The Hunt for Gollum, is the same as the short film. The film is called The Hunt for Gollum. And I actually want to take a quick view, a little reaction of a scene from this short film. So this is like 15 minutes in. Let's watch it. Ooh, a little bit of Gollum action. It's interesting. I noticed that this film does something interesting. That's they don't like explicitly show Gollum. They kind of keep him really far away, or just like partial movements. Like, they don't just show his full body like you see him in Lord of the Rings. Partially because animation for that is difficult, and this is like a fan indie film, so you have to like shade it in mystery. I think there's a lot of like cutting or out of the original movie and using elements of movement from the original movies to paste Gollum into these images, which is why when you see a shot like this, it's just a real slow like zoom into the image, because they probably built it out and put the artifacted Gollum from the movie in their image, and then they keyframed and had it zoom in, because like when you're dealing with a lot of effects or elements and you're an indie filmmaker, you don't have a lot of, either experience or a lot of resources to work with. So you have to kind of just stick them in. Oh, see, like this right here, you see him crawling around. This looks like the shot where he's crawling down off of the mountain in the Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers movie. You know, when they introduce him for the first time, when he's crawling down the mountain, getting ready to attack Frodo and Sam at night. This looks like the same movements. Oh, yeah, and it's like they just placed him right on there. Very interesting. Oh. So this is the scene where Aragorn caught Gollum. If you guys want to watch the whole film, it is pretty ambitious. There's a few things that I find a little cringy, but also things I'm very impressed by in this short film that was made 15 years ago. So definitely go check it out. Just type in the Hunt for Gollum, the fan film, and on YouTube, and it'll come up. But it almost was taken down. It actually was taken down for a little bit. And I think it's really cool to see that it was left up, it was put back public, and that it wasn't just completely scrubbed from the internet. But at the same time, like, foul, you know? At the same time, watch your step. Just because you're a big studio and your next movie is going to be called The Hunt for Gollum, don't go starting to remove fan films that are the same title that was made 15 years ago with 14 million views. Don't go starting to remove those fan films. Let them live, let them breathe. This is art. And this is press. Like this is promotion. People's been expecting this story to be made and seeing stuff like this. A whole group of people dedicated to making a fan film, wishing that they could see something like this done with the original actors from the trilogy that everybody loves, the Jackson trilogy. And we're going to see it. And we really hope it delivers. We really hope that it's something beautiful and good and actually is like a really good milestone for the Middle-earth storytelling. But this is a bad look when you got Warner Brothers coming in and trying to be like, no, we're going to, and they might say it was done in error. I don't buy that. I don't buy that for a second. There's a team of copyright people that go around and on YouTube start claiming stuff and start literally presenting copyright strikes on channels. And that's just incorrect. This is a fan-made film. And that is just wrong to do. And some intern that let that happen needs to get fired, or an employee needs to have a stern talking to, because YouTube culture, creator culture, indie film culture, it is culture. Like, you can't go bullying just because you have all the resources and the money. Like, let it live, let it breathe. Thankfully, it wasn't removed completely, but it was this close. Like, it almost happened. So go check out the film, go support it, give it new life. I think I'm definitely enjoying watching this movie.